hosted Ty.
Fuck yeah, y'all were. You know the best way to host? /host Ty time.
The thing that turns off the host that used to exit hosting when the person was no longer live, that doesn't happen anymore.
Oh, that would make sense.
I don't know why it stopped, but I don't know if it's a bug or what, but yeah, that doesn't happen anymore.
Twitch isn't picking me up. Hold on.
I'm always in your chat as long as Chatty's on.
I think I have someone who's possibly botting me because there's no one that dedicated to watching every single one of my streams the moment I log in.
I'll tell you what it is right now. It's because they either keep your page open or they have something like I do with Chatty where your tab's always open. Like, I am always in all your all's chat. So I'm not in yours right now, I don't think. Well, maybe I am. I probably am. But when I open Chatty, it loads every single stream that I have on my favorites. So I'm now in Ty Time stream. I've been in her stream since I turned on my computer today. Same with Mish. So that's how you guys think I'm stalking you. Whenever you test your bots or you post something and I show up in your chat, that's why. I like 3 or 4 people that are like furniture in my chat because of that. So that's probably what.
Yeah, but this person never says anything. He just literally sits there, like he's.
By the way, you are live right now.
Yeah. No, I have people that do that. I've had sometimes in my chat, I'll get a name I don't know, and I get all nervous. I'm like, "Who are you? I don't know you. I don't trust you. What's going on? What are you doing to me?" But let me get in and see who it is.
All right, guys, I have gone live officially, and I have my.
I'm switching
losing
over
some
to my
frames.
last
that person is there right now.
Well, say hi. There's a hi to everyone. Well, anyways, as I start this stream, I'd like to say hello to all you guys out there. Again, this is Chapter 3, and aptly named Riders on the Storm. And I'm going to do a bit of a recap, but let's first take a look at our players that are with us again. If they can tell them a little bit about themselves, if you don't know, and what character you are playing. We're going to start with Ty Time, right at the side here.
Hello, BB. I'm here. I'm Ty Time. I'm playing Ylva Grimsdotter, and I'm a fucking badass that likes to push motherfuckers down the stairs. It's a thing. It's cool. It's good.
You have to get the t-shirt made.
I know. And I'm a whopping level 2 now, babies. Hell yeah.
And then we have Apollo, or known as Skyrd. And if you want to tell us about yourself and your character. And just a heads up, Apollo, I have a stonework background. And there's a dark, shadowy bit of the stonework that's perfectly lined up with the top of your head. So when you sit there, the stone actually makes it look like the top of your head sticking out above, but in true fact, it's not. It's just the way it's perfectly lined up. Continue, Apollo, on that note.
But yes, I play Shu Jianwu, which is basically your token Asian guy.
That token Asian guy, though.
Exactly. But yeah, mostly founded on, the whole stereotypical Asian honor kind of thing, because. But yeah.
Alrighty, and then we also have Ciala, played by Siren Sirius, and now that I should let you guys know that we have changed over to 5th edition, and oh crap, I forgot to tweet it. The Fantasy Grounds 2 guys, when I do live, I can tweet and they'll retweet and stuff like that. Dang it, forgot to tweet. But anyways, we've changed from 3.5 to 5th edition, and there's some changes in Ciala's character. but I'm sure that Siren can tell her about a bit about herself and the few changes in her character.
Oh, okay. Can you hear me all okay? Because I've been pushing a lot of buttons and I don't know what's going on. Okay, so Ciala or Ciala Lassa Phanes. See all the S of Phanes if you're wondering how to remember how to pronounce that. So originally, I was believed to be the daughter of a high elf duchess and a human hunter, of whom my father takes care of me. She just kind of like sent us off on our way.
With some
but
money.
We're sort of with some money, with a lot of money. We do well. But we're sort of finding out that, and he's never said anything to me, but we're sort of finding out that maybe he's not my dad. Because I'm having some stuff that ain't human and ain't elf going on with me. So right now it's a little draconic in nature. So we're to assume that my real father is unknown and possibly a dragon of this variety, based on the powers that are kind of coming into it. My character, being raised by my father, I'm a rebel. I'm a little bit of a promiscuous, charismatic little brat. I like to have fun. That's my life. People exist for me to have fun with. So it's a thing I do. I have fun with people. Mostly Ty's character. There was much. She's sort of my love interest in the game, but you know seeing as how I hit on most anything in the game, to get my own needs taken care of. It's not just a promiscuity thing.
And guys, I like to meet her needs. I'm just saying. Just saying.
But I will use the fact that I'm a lady to get what I want. It's a thing I do, and it's a thing that Miss Ty loves me to do for her.
All right, and then after that, we have Renset, who is playing Tazdrin Dove.
Well, Tazdrin's basically has grown up as a spoiled rich kid. Never really had to work or do much for his living. Recent events have had him sent off to where his parents figure is a safe place, which was the home village of his father. And to make sure he stays out of trouble, they sent along very unwillingly a manservant by the name of Farnsworth to ensure that he stays alive and doesn't embarrass his parents, which is probably going to be a very unlikely event for Farnsworth. That's basically it.
All right, and also we have the silent spot of Orange Skippy, played today by nobody. He is unable to make it this Sunday, but if you remember when I do the recap at the beginning, he's not really with the group right now, and he's not really in a position to get back safely to the village before the shit hits the fan. So with that, his character is going to have a little mini game done on the side. I may broadcast. We'll see how it goes, but or I may have it as a video for later on. But otherwise, I will be doing a little bit of a side story of what happens with him. And so, a recap then. What we've had happen is we've discovered our adventurers in a small community, and they all come from different backgrounds, and they've meshed together. The Duke of Southgate had sent up an armed contingent of soldiers. By the way, with the transferring for 3.5 and 5th edition, I did lose some of my names. So those people that have avidly been watching the VODs, if I've mentioned names for certain characters, forget that. Because in today's session, they're the real names for the characters, alright? Because I've written them down, I got it all done. But that being said, the commander... after a unique, you have to see the first VOD, kicking people down the stairs, it got off to a bit of a rough start, but the charisma of Ciala was able to work better for the situation that's happening. And that situation is, during a drunken fest, Ilva was called towards the old oak tree and had kind of a vision, and an individual came popping through some sort of a mystic portal He seemed to have been of the same clan as her, and as soon as he discovered she was part of his clan, he attacked her even though he was in no position to survive such an attack, forcing her to have to kill him, and she took this golden torque that was around her neck. One of the other characters that's not with us is a dwarven necromancer who did do a bit of a study and realized the item around her neck is an actual powerful artifact that seems to be cursed around her neck right now to not come off, and even a little hard to hide at times. It's changed from its gold to a dampered silver with 2 wolf heads, Celtic style design on the front of the torque.
Mistakes were made. That's all I'm saying.
That's chapter 2. And after that, she had basically been talking about the vision of an attack coming onto the village. Ciala was able to convince the guards that this was a legit threat, and the guards, to the surprise of even the DM, are now helping organize the town to leave. Which totally changes a bunch of ideas, but hey, we'll see how this goes. And at the same time, Ciala also tried to convince Samuel, and that's his name now, if it wasn't before, who is the priest who's got more than a dead skeleton in his closet. He's actually got his undead wife that he was trying to bring back in a sarcophagus inside the church. Everyone's got their secrets, right? And he believed that Sienna had failed him once, and now she convinced him to go speak to Sienna, as well as this charismatic individual by the name of Navarre, who seems to be representative of the Raven, and that's kind of been hanging around the village, and some sort of individual of supernatural nature who's also helping encourage and help protect this village and bring out the goodness in Sienna, the neutral goddess. And the final note is the threat that's been going on. The reason the Duke's men were being sent up was the fact that they had lost contact with one of their outposts to the north of Dovedale, the small town in which the game takes place. And both Apollo's character, Wu, and Brenyar went off to investigate in different directions. Wu found some evidence that they may have frozen the river, and a small scouting group may have come over that way when he went out to the east. And out to the west, Brenyar basically saw what's about to hit this village. And for more, you can see last episode. But now we cut back. Where's my water? We cut back to the village. It is the wee hours of the morning. Very little sleeping. Sorry, no, it's the wee hours of the... Wait, hold on. It was the day, wake up. Sorry. It is the wee hours of the evening, I should say now. That's correct. The storm... there's been a brewing of storm and rain. It's been a crappy couple of days. I mentioned before that the calendar is somewhat similar to ours. And I have my cheesy reasons for it, but I'll go over that another time, or just watch the previous video. And it's September, so you've got overcast, crappy weather, and there's been a hint of a thunderstorm for the last couple of days. And it's now evening, and we continue at the tree, whereupon Ilva, Ciala, and Samuel the priest have come to pray, or at least he's come to pray to Sienna to try and help protect the village, like she did a long time ago to help with a disease that was going on. The smell of ozone and rain is very strong in the air, and you can hear the rumbles and the cracking of thunder. It has been a good 6 hours or so since Apollo has returned, and Brenyar has not yet returned with his intel, so we're not too sure what exactly is happening with that. So, as we cut to the tree, the priest does kneel down. He starts his little praying. He holds a little oak leaf with a acorn kind of symbol that he has, and he just starts holding it around his neck, and he starts trying to pray. Once again convinced by Ciala to give Sienna one more time. And and by the way, in 5th edition, Ciala, there is something called inspiration. A player can earn inspiration by coming up with a really good idea. What this does is it gives you an advantage roll or a few other little perks that you can have. They're not major ones, but they're little bonuses. You can use it for yourself to give you advantage in a dice roll, or you could give it to someone else to give them advantage. And in 5th edition, effectively, advantage means the computer is going to roll 2 dice and take